name is Janelle. I'm a first grade teacher. Today I'm just going to be sharing ideas I have, I guess. Today's a teacher work day, so we had meetings in the morning, and now we have time in our rooms to kind of just do what we have to do. Observations are starting, like informal observations, so I really want to make sure like I 110% know what I'm doing next week, just in case I get observed next week. Also during our trainings, we were told like we have to really do scales now, and prior we didn't, so I'm trying to figure that out. And the kids have to be really involved with the scales too. So they have to be really aware of like where they are on the scale. Trying to like think how I can incorporate that. Excuse me, what was the other thing that I'm trying to figure out? Excuse me. For reading, so the kids really need to be held accountable for basically everything, and everything has to be standards based, which that I get. But like, so for some of my reading rotations, if you've watched my reading rotation video, two of my rotations, one is buddy reading and one is reading to self. And those kids, I don't really have anything really like 100% holding them accountable. Like I have a reading journal rotation, but like for those other two rotations, it's like, okay, what are they doing to basically prove that they've been reading? So I'm kind of trying to figure out how can I tweak that so I have something for them to do as they're reading, you know? I don't know. It's like so much that it's so hard to like wrap my head around one thing. I have so many tests to grade as well. But I did hang those up because that's essential. I think what I want to really do before all the other stuff, let me just show you what I've come up with so far. Who knows if it's going to stay like this, but this is kind of where my brain is going right now. I'll show you. So, moving along. I had this table back there, but it wasn't like, you know, it didn't have like the most, I don't know what's the word called, purpose. It didn't have a lot of purpose back there. So I brought it up here. And I think I'm going to make this my reading journal section. This will always be my example up here. And so our goal this week and next week is to being able to retell a story, beginning, middle, and end. And characters and all that stuff too. So my reading journal people, I think I'll have them do this independently. So I'll have my example here on the table. And then I'll have like blank ones here. And this basket down here to turn it in when they are done so that I am able to check it. Is that a good idea? I don't know. My buddy readers and my read to selfers, they're going to do that. They're going to buddy read or read to self, and then I'm going to have like a question for them to answer for the book that they were reading. So this one is going to be, what is the setting of the story and why is that important? That's the question. And then I'm going to have like sentence starters here to help them as well. So that's something to kind of hold them accountable. I also didn't want it to be something so like time consuming, because last year I tried that and it would always be kind of like the retelling. It would be like read to self but also do that. And they were just focused on getting that done. They weren't focused on actually reading. Like I want my readers to read, and then quickly before the time is up to rotate, they answer your like essential question. Is that a good idea? I don't know. I feel like it'll work. I also took down our class rules. Sorry, I just want to show you guys like everything I'm done. Because I went to a meeting and like these are rules the kids and I came up with together. Very, what's the word? Simple and not specific. And in this meeting that I went to recently, they had like examples and non-examples of rules. And these were like non-examples. You want the rules to be very specific. So I want to change that too. So, I don't know. I also moved this thing over there. Because, you know, I wanted this display to work. So. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I think I'm going to make my first goal grade their tests, because I have a pile under you guys. I have a pile in front of you guys. And I have a pile, I'll show you. And then I have a pile over there to grade. So I think I'll feel better mentally when I get all that stuff graded. So I will get back to you guys after I've graded my brain out. It's currently 1:48, so let's see how quick I can do this. Quick but efficient, okay? Okay. How I grade my math test is I make like this cover sheet. Shouts to my friend second grade teacher. So I make this cover sheet and it's just the unit of the test and then the standards that were on the test. I circle the ones that they got incorrect, and then for that overall standard I'll put an X if they mastered it, and I'll put a pound sign if they need some more practice. So it's currently, took my glasses off, 2:34, and I finished grading the math tests. The math takes me a little bit longer just because I really do pay attention to like all of the standards that were on the test, so it takes a while to like go through their tests, check the data on the computer as well, because I do scan them into a program that kind of like tracks it for me. So I like to compare it to see if it's accurate, and then I fill this out. So it takes a little bit of a while. It takes time. So now I'm going to put these in their mailboxes so they can take it home. And then I'm going to grade science, so we're trucking along. Here we go now, here we go now, here we go now, here we go now. Boom, math test done. Now let's do the science. Okay, so it is around 3:45. They announced like 10 minutes ago that teachers actually have to be out by 4, which is like frustrating because I thought I would have, you know, basically like unlimited time, which I don't know why I thought that. So I'm not able to get to that grading, but I did organize like my guided reading stuff a little bit. So I was able to like put some files here of my teams and the work we're currently working on, and then what's coming next, and the guided reading books I'm reading with them. So I organized that a little bit. I still need to do that. This is the book to use to grade it. I'm like out of breath. I just shoved a bunch of stuff in my bag to take home to grade and look at and whatever. Can you see me? I'll show you what I did for my rotations now. For reading, I changed it a little bit. I don't know if I showed you this already. I have the journal and then 2 options they can pick because some will go there twice a week. So they have 2 choices. And then my read to selfers, they're going to do this. So this is the question they're going to need to answer next week. In their journal, they write the title of the book. And this is like their sentence starter to help them write it. For some of my groups, I might tell them it's okay if they draw the setting instead, so that it's quicker for them because I'm not assessing your writing. I just want to know you know the setting. I have a bunch of copies to make, but I don't have time, so I will make that Monday morning, hopefully. If not, a little stressed because I need that stuff for Monday morning. So I'm a little, what's it called? The word called? Frazzled, I think. If I'm like all out of angle, focus, I don't know. I'm sorry, but this is real life. I will continue vlogging next week. I hope you enjoyed my all over the placeness. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this, but I put this above my teacher table so they don't disturb me.
Much later.
Good morning. I know it has been a while. I am sorry. It is November 6th. The clips you've seen before this was a couple weeks ago. Sometime in October, I don't know, before Halloween. We did have like a Halloween celebration and everything, or not Halloween, a fall celebration. We had a fall celebration. And I wish I would have shown you guys that. It was cute. I had a lot of different rotations. I had 4 different rotations, like cookie decorating. One was addition and subtraction bingo. One was making a skeleton. And one was like a pumpkin experiment that turned into like a volcano. And it was nice, but I'm sorry, like This trimester, my brain, I haven't been able to get it together. But I'm gonna do better. So my goal today is get grades done. The kids didn't have school today because grades were originally due today for the first trimester report cards. But it actually got extended like a day or two, but I'm going to get it done today. I only have to finish writing. I'm sorry I'm talking fast, but I already filmed this once and it was blurry and I just couldn't do it, so I'm doing it again. So I want to get grades done. I really just have to finish writing. And then I kind of want to change my room a little bit. I know the room is big, but I still feel like I don't have enough space. Like my library area is cluttered, so I kind of want to move that around. I just have to figure out like where and how I can move things to optimize my space. So report cards and then changing some things around, cleaning up around and whatever. Our Scholastic's book fair is at our school right now, and a parent actually bought something off of our wish list, Hotel Bruce. I read like half of it. It's funny. It sounds like a really funny book. I love the illustrations. It's really cute, and I feel like I am that bear. Grumpy. So that's cool. I'm excited to read this book. And I was telling my kids yesterday, because most of them had, you know, new books, and I love the smell of books, like especially new. Oh my gosh. So I was doing this yesterday, and my kids started doing it with their books too. Like this is what dreams are made of. It is several hours later. I am done with grades. I posted all standard grades, and I posted all the final grades. So like, you know, are they proficient, or are they approaching, or are they need development, or are they exceptional? Ooh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I finished that. I filed all their writing. I filed all of their writing, so that's out of my face. Sorry, not in the frame. Here I am. Now, oh gosh, I do want to change some organization stuff, but I also kind of want to grade these tests right in front of me. Do you guys send tests home, or do you keep them until the end of the year? I don't know. Like, I grade them. If they weren't proficient, I ask that parents sign it and return it. But, you know, not always do you get it back. And I don't know. I kind of don't know, like, how I want to do that. I kind of feel like I want to change it so that I always have that proof on me. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm going to grade these math tests that they just took yesterday. It was on measurement. I think they did wonderful. And I don't know. Like, this has been my struggle this semester, or trimester. I feel like my brain can't focus on one thing. My past 2 years, it was not this difficult for me. I don't know what it is. Like, I just can't focus. And I've been very hard on myself, always feeling like I could be doing something better. This year's been a little rough. I actually have a conference tomorrow as well in the morning, so I do want to make notes for that. So when I do something fun, I'll be back. So I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm done grading. It's like 12-ish, I think, a little after 12. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just, I don't like how my space is set up, and it's just, I need to be more practical for me. So I had a little bookcase there where they had extra like word work stuff. I took it away. I put a beanbag chair there, and it's because this area is so cluttered. You see how much stuff there is? Like, it's just too much stuff. I could alternate stuff out, but I don't know if I want to do that. And then I have this mess over here, and I used to love this thing because it was good for rolling around anchor charts while I was teaching, but one of the kids, like on the first week, already broke one of the wheels, so that's cool. I don't know what I'm doing with all of this. This is just like, I just need the counter space. It's not a student's desk or anything. They don't actually do work at these tables. It's just more for the counter space. I need the counter space to put stuff. So, I don't know. I just don't know. And I like having this all open space. I don't like, you guys probably know, I can tell, I don't like clutter. I don't like cramped stuff, so I'm having a hard time. But in other news, I graded their measurement tests in math, and they all did amazing. Like, it makes me feel good. You know, it feels good when they do good because it means you did a good job teaching it. How's this? Put this here to kind of separate the computer area and this area. It's a big wide open space. This bookshelf was by the library. This bookshelf is just like extra reading stuff if they have time, like word work stuff. This is kind of just where we store math things. Here is writing things, I guess. I don't know. This I don't really know where to put because, I mean, they use the water, what is it called? The sink. And that's like math stuff too. I don't know. So hard. Okay, so I think I'm done. I don't love it, but this is just how it's gonna stay because I just can't wrap my head around it. So basically, this is just whatever. I moved that over there. Whatever. This area, I kind of made it like an L, I guess. This is just like math stuff, and one of my math centers is there. This is where writing lives. And I just have this extra space here just in case a kid wants to sit here and be alone. I moved this over here since this is their reading stuff. This is like the word work stuff. This is extra word work stuff if they have time. This is where I have some math things. This is like math extra practice if they're done practicing at seat early. They can choose something here. Anchor chart things live there. I put away, I had another one of those easels over here. I put it away because there was just no real purpose for it. I didn't need it there and it just was taking up so much space, so bulky. What I had on it was this. So for my read to self peeps and my buddy readers, they have to read that or answer that question in their reading journal. So title, and then the story is, right now we're working on fiction or nonfiction, so that's all they have to do. They read for about 15-ish minutes and then answer that question. More like 12-ish. I don't love it. I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus for decorating or organizing, whatever you want to call it, setting up. I don't know. I'm gonna go home now though. It's like 12. So I'm a bounce because I'm just mentally done. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, right? So